Good afternoon, everyone. I have the pleasure to introduce what will be happening over the next several chapels and school meetings in December and January, which is an opportunity for some of our ninth graders to share some personal reflections with us. So we have some guys seated here in the front row today. And they're just going to come up and offer something that's important to them, just a brief reflection for us to hear a little bit more about their lives, what's meaningful to them, and a chance for them to share that with our community.
Good afternoon. My name is Becca Barricker, and I'm going to talk about an event in my life that has affected who I am today. I moved to Cardigan when I was 4 years old, and this year will be my family's 11th year at Cardigan. In those 9 years, in 9 of those years, I've had a dorm living partner. In those 9 years, living with the dorm beneath me has shaped who I am today. I watch the kids in the dorm, and especially the leaders in it. Each kid that has lived in the dorm, I have seen and learned from both their strengths and weaknesses. Even though my house was above the dorm, I more or less lived in it. I was constantly down in the dorm, and that taught me not only to be a good dorm mate, but also teamwork. Living at Cardigan, I've had the facilities to practice sports and hobbies. I had the lake to explore and enjoy, and I had the rink to skate and the woods to be a good New Englander. Not many other people have lived at a boarding school for most of their life. My unique situation has taught me a lot that I can take into the future. Living at Cardigan from a little 4-year-old to a big 9th grader has made who I am today. In the future, past Cardigan, I will make an attempt to keep using lessons and skills that I have learned in those 11 years. Thank you and have a good afternoon.
Good afternoon, I'm Charlie Ma, and I'm going to talk to you guys about someone who has influenced and inspired me a lot. So the person is a rapper named 50 Cent, and so there's 2 reasons towards why he's so influential to me, and one is that he made a change from an infamous drug dealer in New York to a celebrity. So I feel that the change he undertook was a real imagination for many people. But 50 Cent did it because he discovered his talent, and so he was able to make that transition. Before he found his talent, his life would sell to be really stagnant. He could have been a drug dealer for the rest of his life, and many generations after him would have been the same. But 50 Cent did not give up in a situation like this, and when he realized he had a talent as a rapper, he instantly grabbed it and it reshaped his life. So another reason why 50 Cent is so inspirational to me is because this story gave me a sense of hope that other people who were born at disadvantage like him can make that transition too. So on many of my community service trips to South Africa, Cambodia, I saw many kids who might have a really good talent in some area, but they don't have the outside force that can maybe just help them make that change. So, but 50 Cent's story really encouraged me to believe that there could be a transition in their life, and a little help from the outside force can make a huge difference. I realized the impact of my own actions when many kids told me that when I install lights in their houses, they can finally study and read at night. So I hope that those kids can make the same transition in their lives just as 50 Cent. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Hayden Kim, and here's a little sneak peek of an activity I did over the summer at Vietnam. Sweat trickling down my forehead. The scorching July sun was streaming upon us. As we clenched tight on the shovel for one more scoop of cement, I heard the call of our Vietnamese host shouting, Break time. I dropped the shovel, creating a muddy splatter which got all over my shorts. Getting my shorts dirty was not the problem right now. I desperately needed to hydrate. I stumbled towards the water bucket and splashed my head in the icy coolness. So last summer, a few of my middle school classmates organized a program called the Helping Hands for Rehabilitation. So our group every summer would go to Ho Chi Minh City of Vietnam and help out those infected with the Agent Orange disease. And as a collective group, we are all looking forward to the upcoming summers at Vietnam. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Matthew, and I'm going to talk about an event that happened over the summer. Everyone, look at me here! I raise my voice so that everyone can hear me while I wave my one hand and hold my D40 Nikon, which is my DSLR camera. I adjust the huge lens on my camera, but still the family before me is not looking at me. I'm a member of PIL, a community service that stands for Photography is Love. Our group consists of students interested in photography, and we visit different parts of Seoul to take pictures for foreign family living in Korea who cannot afford to take their family portraits. So when I'm taking these pictures, it is hard to communicate with them, standing in front of my lens. My job is to make these families smile and relax for the picture. My challenge comes from cultural differences. As I am interested in taking photos, I want to take good quality pictures of my subjects. This requires the photographer to make some noises to get the attention of the subjects so that they look at the camera. Sometimes we make some statement like, "Smile, could you please move a little bit left or right?" However, as those people are reluctant to follow my direction, the differences between my subjects and me give me a hard time while taking a photo. Especially with, on the other hand, it is always a great experience to me to be working with these families, especially with the help of other members of the group. Our members work together while we go around taking the photos, also taking turns to make them smile or to look at the camera. They give me helpful support, and I realize that teamwork is important. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Ned. This summer, I had my first summer job. Every summer, my family and I go to Block Island, Rhode Island, a small island off the coast. I was working at the Block Island Depot, just stocking supplies and running the cash register. This experience really helped me realize what it's like in the working world and how I will need to act when I'm older. I found that honesty was a much bigger factor in this job than I thought it was going to be. I was working with someone else's money. I was helping other people. The money in the cash register does not belong to you, and no matter how tempting it is, you can't have any of the money. I was able to help people every day and earn my own money, which feels a lot better than always asking my mother for $20. I learned a lot over the summer, and it really made myself realize that in the working world, I'm going to need to work, and it's not going to be easy. And I have people to help to trust me as well. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Thaddeus Stern. I sometimes get frustrated with the person I admire the most. After all, we share a bedroom, a bathroom, a closet, occasionally some clothes, and even lacrosse sticks. Austin's 4 years older than I am, but is my only brother. I'm the youngest of 5 kids with 3 sisters, so having another boy in the family is extremely helpful. However, Austin's more than that. Although we don't always agree, he has been a significant influence on me throughout my life. Austin has always been intelligent and athletic, allowing him to succeed at a prep school and collegiate level. He assists me whenever I need advice, or just someone to talk to. I remember whenever I had something significant coming up, he would simply say, "Thad, just try your best and everything will work out on its own." He wants me to be successful, but knows we have different temperaments. For example, he may return from Christmas break and be perfectly content staying home and reading a book throughout the day. However, I strongly enjoy being around friends and socializing. I'm not the same person as my brother. Although we may have a lot in common, we have characteristics that are different. Being the youngest of 5 kids, I never had to be a role model for someone in my family, or set a good example, but I have had to reach expectations put out for me. I'm sure many of you have the same situation. Sometimes it's hard to have my brother who seems to have everything going well for him all the time. During the spring term of my 8th grade year, my classmates and I were hoping to get a titled leadership position for the following academic year. As I sat in chapel, just as all of you are today, I watched my peers get called up, one at a time, to be recognized by the community for their titled roles. At the end of the ceremony, I still sat in the pew, the same exact spot where I first sat down. As I stood among the community to applaud the recipients, I did not feel melancholic or upset I had not been selected. I was happy for my friends and classmates on being chosen. However, it did not end there. Throughout this year, I have been fortunate enough to be given several opportunities to be a role model and set a good example, like the rest of my classmates. So for those of you 8th graders sitting in chapel today, remember, just try your best and everything will work out on its own. Thank you.